So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the one area where you actually would use the save button when you're making changes. So let's go back to the editor. And one thing I want to mention is that all of the text in here is static text, which means you can't change any of it. It is all pulled from a flyer or a website or a virtual tour that you've built previously. So you can't make any edits to the content here. However, we know that there are times when you're going to want to say, maybe it's not a broker's open, maybe it's an open house, or there's a price reduction, or you want to talk a little bit more about the property. You have the ability to do that, and that's here in our additional comments area. And notice when I highlight it, it's also being highlighted here in the template, but it's very small because there's nothing there. Well, we're going to put something in there really quickly. And here's where we're going to have to use the save button. Even when I click out of this, nothing is refreshed here. We only need to click save to change the text that we've typed in. So I'm going to click save, and then we can see our text right here. And I think I'd like to center that text. And I think that text is important, so let's make that larger. And I'd like to change the font. So it stands out just a little bit. We'll use Times Roman. And I think we could actually go a tad larger in size. And let's make the font color white so it pops just a little bit. And I think we should change the background color to, let's see, let's go for another green. Okay, there we go. All right, so for me, this is looking pretty good. You might not like this template as much as I do, but you have the opportunity to change it any way you like. Now, I could also click Choose Different Template and go right back and begin editing. However, now that I've done this, I'm going to click back to the editor. And I just want to show you something. There's two buttons here. One is I'm done, and you only want to click the I'm done button when you're done, because it'll actually confirm that you're done, and we're going to do this in a moment. And when you do confirm that you're done, we're going to give you the code for the Craigslist page. However, because I like this template so much, I'm going to click Save Color Scheme, and let's see, I've got to pull it in from another monitor, and I'm going to name this color scheme Peter 9, okay? And I'm going to save this into my private library. It's only available to me. You have to build your own. Okay, so once I've saved my color scheme and I'm pretty happy with it, I'm going to say I'm done. There's our confirmation. I'm going to say OK. And here's our code. Now, all I need to do to paste this code into Craigslist is put my cursor in that box. And if you're on a PC, it's Control A. If you're on a Macintosh, it's Apple A or Command A. And then copy that and paste it into your Craigslist page. Now I'm going to pull in a page we created earlier today, and this is a fake Craigslist page. Okay, this is not a real listing. I don't sell real estate for a living, so I couldn't put this on Craigslist and try to market it. However, we did make a page that looks just like Craigslist, and here's all the property information. Here is the additional information that you might type in, and here is our HTML that we've copied and pasted into Craigslist. And as you can see, we just got done building this. And of course, when you click, this takes us to the flyer. Now, this is the flyer that we had used as our starting point for the HTML code. Now, one thing about this flyer I want to talk about really quickly is you notice this graphic in the center. I also built a virtual tour for this property, and we do have an embed link, and I'll show you where to find them, so that you can put an embed link in your flyers on your websites, and actually even on your websites, on your personal business websites, that will link to the virtual tour. And as you see, when I click it, it goes immediately to the virtual tour, and it's going to start playing. And I'm going to make sure that it's muted so we don't hear it. It's going to start playing the tour right away. Okay, so let's get rid of that for a second. Let me get this off. Okay, so that's it. That's how simple it was to create the Craigslist tool. Now, let me learn how to use the Craigslist tool. Let me show you one last thing. We're going to go back into the sent flyers, and again, yours would be listed up here. I'm going to click Show All Flyers, and I'm going to click on the property we just worked on. And once again, the Get Craigslist HTML version. As you notice, I don't see the templates this time. This time, it says I already have an existing Craigslist template, so I can go get the code and copy it in again, because as you enter things on Craigslist, other realtors will put things on top of yours, and you'll move down to the bottom. And if you're managing it properly, you'll continue to go in there and keep re-entering. And this way you can get to the code again. However, you may want to make it fresh. So we could go back in. We could edit the existing code, make changes. Maybe this isn't Maybe this isn't an open house this week. Maybe it's a broker's open or a price reduction. Or we could actually go back and choose a different template. And now we're at the template window. So we could pick any of these templates again, go through, choose a color palette, or we could go back, and as you can see, these are some of the templates that I have in my personal library that I've been doing just through some of our testing. And I could pick one of these, and I could actually pick any template, whether it's a custom template or a regular template, and I can go ahead and I can customize it even further. I did want to show you where the link is for the virtual tours if you want to include them on your flyer on your personal business websites. And if you don't have our virtual tours, our subscription, it's $89 a year, unlimited virtual tours. That means as many virtual tours as you want to build. You can build thousands on as many different properties as you like. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here I'm in my virtual tours, and I've clicked Manage Tours. We're at the single tour view. Right here is the flyer embed link. This is the link that puts the code that we just saw in the flyer into the flyer that links out to the website, to the virtual tour. The embed link, this is the link that you would use on your personal business website, and you would just grab this code. And the difference is that this code, if this were a real property, would have property information, address, and all that sort of thing that you'd want to have on your personal business website. Anyway, that's it. That's how you use our Craigslist tool to develop the HTML to put your listing on Craigslist, whether it's one of our flyers, websites, or virtual tours. I thank you very much for joining us, and we want you to know that we really appreciate your business. And one last thing before I go, if you haven't visited our fan page on Facebook, please do. We have special offers, special pricing, giveaways, and things for our Facebook fans that we only make available to our friends on Facebook. So if you're not one of our fans, click on the Become a Fan link. You can do it at the top of, I believe, every web page, and you'll also find links along the right and sometimes left sides of the web page, depending on the pages you're on. Again, thanks so much for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next video.